Imagine how much we'll learn in 5 years if this is how much you've learned in one.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it is. Oh Lord.
Yes, profesh. Okay, on the rollers with Geordie. We are discussing our Hyrox race coming up this Saturday, which is Hyrox Cape Town 2025. This will be our 4th race together. Yes, we have been doing women's doubles together. We also did a relay with 2 other gentlemen. And this is a very special race for us because we've decided it's our last open doubles race together. So I do know that we are going to do pro doubles one day together.
Does this mean we're going into singles after this?
Yes, that was what we discussed.
I know, but I'm still very nervous about it. And also, I can't find a different doubles partner. So I'm pretty much screwed having to do that.
Yes, as always, pushing us out of our comfort zones. Right. So this is also a very special race because not only is it just a race, but there's a lot to this race because Sammy went through something.
Oh,
yes. 4 months ago.
Yeah, March 21st to be exact.
Yeah, 4 months ago. And at the time, the event that happened to Sam was on a Friday and the next day was Deadly Dozen.
Yes,
and,
which I could not attend.
Yes. So do you want to brief over what happened?
Yes, so I won't go into too much detail. A very scary thing happened to me, which involved a IV drip, and that IV drip landed me up in hospital in ICU. The scary part about that was that I almost died. And it was just like a big realization how short life is and how important your health is, because coming out of that, being alive is, I think, the first of all, that was the best feeling, but the recovery road and the mental impact that had was quite a lot. Not being able to train, my body's still not the same, things have changed. But I think sitting here today is just such a being very grateful and thankful that I am able to do this race, because I was not sure that I would be able to, and that I am feeling really strong, really fit, and ready for this race, actually. And this is the first time that I haven't had any injuries. I haven't been sick. So barring the ICU incident, it's actually the most prepared and ready I've ever been. The key takeout for me is, if you do not have your health, you absolutely have nothing, because without your body and without your health, you cannot achieve anything. Getting out of bed was difficult. And I think just remember that, like, appreciate the fact that you can go out, participate, run, move your body. Those are things that you should never take for granted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And also for you, like, exercise was such a mental release for you as well, right?
Free therapy. For real.
Yeah. So, and then to suddenly not be able to do that was also, you know, I think not only did you learn a lot of lessons, but I think all those closest to you did as well. Like, and exactly what you're saying, like, to be grateful. And that's why with this race, like, it's like a different level of excitement, because it's not just, we know we've worked hard, like we've worked our asses off for this race. We always work, we don't go half-assed for anything. Like, we go all in, right?
We're very competitive. I'm just going to put that out there.
And we know that about ourselves. But now this time around, it's just, you know, like I said to Sam previously, that my word for her for this race is overcome, you know, because there's just been so much that she's overcome, and she's here and she's doing it, and she looks amazing and she looks so strong, and like,
thank you.
It's super, super exciting. So there's a lot on this race for us, I think, emotionally.
You're making me feel very emotional.
I'm making myself feel emotional. We should start a podcast. So we do have some questions that some people asked on Instagram. Firstly, it was, what is the time we are aiming for? I don't want to say it out loud yet.
We haven't really spoken about this.
So.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, we haven't
No, so
how are you feeling?
We won't announce it.
Okay.
We will announce it when we make it.
Yes.
And we'll be like, that we've made our goal time. Because I know we will.
Or, you know, we beat it.
No, exactly.
Just
That's why I love Hyrox, is because it really is you against you, or like us against us, because we're only better than our last race. And I think having done Cape Town and the Joburg race, we've learned so much. And just, I always see this from like the pros that have done, you know, 30, 40 races. They always say every race is completely different. Like the course is different, the
vibe, the feeling.
We saw in Joburg, the number of people on the course was insane. The air was insane because now we were at this altitude. And so that gave me at least quite a shock, because I was like,
it was very overwhelming.
Definitely
compared to the first time. Very overwhelming.
And I'm excited to see how we do. And doing all this work and hiring a running coach. And
and I think the key thing for us as well is starting at a different time.
Yes.
Because the first one I think 4:30, was it?
Yeah, I think
somewhere around there. Which is also quite a mental shift, because when you train, I mean, for me, I'm a morning person, so I love to get up, I love to train in the morning. Getting me to do anything in the afternoon is quite a challenge. And that was quite a mental block, having to wait the whole day, anticipation, and then get that oomph to do it again. But this year we got a 1:30 start time.
Another question was race week nutrition and day before race and race day nutrition, which obviously I'll cover close to the time. But race week now, what we generally try to focus on is more carbohydrate-based meals, because with Hyrox being an endurance race, your heart rate is more in the higher zones, zone 4, zone 5, which means your body grabs its carb sources rather than the fat sources. So we want to really make sure that our tanks are full with the carb fuel that our bodies will be needing.
Luckily for us, we love carbs.
Yes.
So it doesn't make
I had a croissant earlier. Also, to stay hydrated for the muscles.
Lots of hydration.
I think where a lot of people can go wrong is that they try and hydrate on the day or the day before, and that's a little bit too late. Like, you got to again, you're trying to store all of your necessities for the race day. Sleep.
Very important.
Rest. I think a lot of people push way too hard up to the day.
So this is our last training day, which is the Wednesday. The next 2 days we will be taking it super easy, i.e. I will literally only be walking my dog. Nothing more we do now is going to change how we perform on the day. So make sure that you're rather rested and your muscles are ready and not tired or fatigued.
Exactly. So the last year, we've learned so much about ourselves. And like what Sam said, with her going through what she went through as well, is I think the importance of how, I remember that when you were in the hospital and you were so worried that you were going to lose your muscle. You were so worried about that. And you didn't, and to
that I
go
wasn't
through
going to be
certain
able
things.
to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
full on.
what I was focused on.
Yeah, Sam really thought, she was like, no, I won't be able to do this. But our bodies are incredible. And we, like I said, we've learned so much about our bodies, and that, I think in the past we would have gone, we must do something every day right up until the day before. And now we've seen from experience that rest for both of our bodies, but it responds so well. So, obviously there might be other people that they respond differently, but we know for us that resting will only equal positive results. So I feel like I see this a lot for women that do Hyrox, but there's this new trend of training for your cycle. And as much as I can appreciate all the data and things like that, and for some people it might work, like ladies that struggle with, PCOS or things like that, but I think a lot of women have adapted that training mentality as an almost using it, dare I say, as an excuse. I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to do that today because I'm in my luteal phase or whatever. But what we've learned from Hyrox as well is that Hyrox doesn't care what phase you're on. It's
true.
Race day. Doesn't matter how you feel.
Very true.
So it's important to keep training as is. Have a plan.
Through the worst conditions.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
I mean, often we'd be like, no, I can't do it this week because I'm on my period, or I've had a really bad week. I didn't sleep well last night. But these are real things that can happen to you on race day, before race day, and then what are you going to do? Please hold on the race, we can't attend.
Can we move it to the next week?
When it just suits my period.
But I think with the
Adrenaline, definitely.
You just like forget about, I was feeling really shit.
Yeah, and then you see the photos, you're like, oh, yes, I remember my boobs looked like that. And I saw it in my stomach. I was like, wow.
During this week, taper week, we are eating so many carbs that on race day, we don't look nearly as shredded as we usually do.
I know.
Because all the carbs are there cushioning our muscles.
Especially like the week, yes, but then it's like 2 days before, it's like packing all the carbs, good carb. By the time the race comes, you've like smashed your calories for a weekend.
Carbs.
And then the race isn't even that long. It's not like we're doing a marathon or anything. But like it's literally like just over an hour. That's it.
But I mean, it's an hour of your heart rate going.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is definitely the difference with this. Coming from doing a lot of endurance races, which is what I used to enjoy.
Yes.
Until I started this, which was like a lot of strength based and peaking your heart rates. And a lot of people actually ask, what is the difference between now going out and running a marathon for 4 hours versus doing this and it's just an hour? And I've heard people say, oh, but it's just an hour, you know. But I think the difference is where you're peaking your heart rate, where you don't kind of get into that groove and that consistency over a long period. When I say to you, every station feels like a new race. Every run feels like a new run, and you're giving it your all for the entire time. So when I say you're in zone 5 for the entire race, that's pretty much it. And I think when you walk into that arena, they already say your heart rate's already high because just from the adrenaline. So
excitement. Yeah.
So,
and that's why they also say you shouldn't look at your heart rate when you're doing a race.
Yeah.
Or you shouldn't gauge your performance because it is going to be elevated.
Yeah.
To rather stick to your RPE
definitely
kind of feeling.
I mean, there were definitely times we were at the 200, just over 200, which is scary. You don't want to see that because then you start panicking that you're going to have a heart attack.
That's what happened to me. Like in Joburg, I wore a heart rate monitor and we were on the ski and I was going...
That's very scary, yeah. But you don't want to stop going, but now you're like, shit, I need to because I also don't want to have a heart attack.
Oh my goodness, Okay, we definitely... Imagine how much we'll learn in 5 years. If this is how much you've learned in 1.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is. Okay, and you can only get better from there.
But thank you for joining me on the rollers today. You know our goal?
Yes.
And we're going to crush it. And we're just going to have fun because it's a celebration of movement, celebration of what our bodies can do and what our bodies have overcome lately.
No better story than the comeback story.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Mic drop.